Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor and today is going to be a weekly vlog. I've really been having a good time filming these weekly vlogs for you guys. It's just been very fun sitting down and just talking with you and hanging out. So I figured let's do another one. I just filmed a haul, so be on the lookout for that. I believe the way things are going to work out, the haul is going to be out before this video. So just kind of cleaning things up from that. I'm working on a new pattern right now. I don't know if I mentioned that in my last vlog, but look at this like book sleeve pattern that I made. So this holds, it can hold most books that are like, I guess we could categorize them as like regular sized books. So like this is Devil in the White City, just a regular sized book. Nice and cozy in the book sleeve. So I'm wanting to write a pattern for this book sleeve, and then I want to put, I've been making quite a few of them. I want to put some up for sale on my website, which I also have not really announced or changed anything on. I have it, it's live, I just need to promote it more, and that's my own fault. This week is not super busy, but also like not busy. So I have the speech and debate recruitment event going on Wednesday, so thankfully everything is kind of set for that. I had the social media stuff going for the past like 2 weeks. I can definitely tell that people are getting probably a bit of fatigue from seeing them every day, because I kind of just did 2 of them and rotated them, you know, which, I mean, that's what you do, especially when you don't pay to like boost stuff. And I mean, I didn't want to pay to boost it. There's no, like, because the school doesn't pay to boost it, so like what's the point, I guess. So we're trying to, you know, organically push this out, but the more that you post, the more that your stuff gets organically pushed out. So, but I think that'll be really good. My assistant coach said last year that it was super good for her recruitment of, you know, novice debaters. So really excited for that. The pamphlet's all ready to go and it looks so good. Thank you, Canva. I love Canva. I use it for all of my thumbnails. Anything that is even like graphic design-esque, I use Canva for. Thursday, I have the May Day Parade concert. I'm so excited to see May Day Parade. And then Friday is actually a fundraiser, steak fry, in my hometown for their FFA chapter. I was in FFA in high school, and my siblings are currently in FFA. If you don't know what FFA is, it stands for Future Farmers of America, and it is a youth development program that helps students learn. It's like a multitude of things. A lot of it is about like furthering agriculture education and teaching people about where their food comes from and helping, like, priming them to go into agriculture fields. Like, I went to the National FFA convention when I was in high school, and most of the students who were on, like, what are they called? Like their ambassador boards for their state, a lot of them go into ag education, which is really good because when you're an ag educator, you can really kind of dip in and out of doing a lot of different things. And when a school has a really strong ag program, that's like a ton of different classes that they can offer. Like I know my high school offered like horticulture, small animals, large animals, plant science, and then there are judging teams, like there's dairy judging, horse judging. I did general livestock judging. My siblings do crops. My youngest sister was on a flower judging team. So, you know, just a lot of different opportunities, and, you know, fundraisers are such a huge part of that. And the VFW that does our steak fries, like everybody's student organization does one at some point in the year. Like I was on the dance team for a couple years in high school, and they had a steak fry. Let me tell you, these steaks are like the best steaks ever. So Chad and I are going to that on Friday with some of our mutual friends, so I'm excited about that. And then that's kind of the week. Chad and I are watching You. We finished season 1. And it's so crazy. I never finished season 1. I actually just read the book, which I don't mean to say that as like I read the book. No, like what happened was as season 2 came out, my friends, I watched most of season 2 with my friends, and they were like, Taylor, why are you watching this? You need to watch season 1. And so I went and I watched most of season 1, and then I saw that it was a book series, and I was like, oh, shit, why don't I just watch it why don't I just read the book? Because it was before, like, I don't think the book series has ever been quite as big as the series is. I mean, I'm sure that, like, hindsight, they both are very popular, but at least at the time, like, I didn't even have to wait at the library to get this book. And this was right as season 2 was coming out, so you'd think that it would drum up a lot of stuff for, like, people to want to read the book. But reading is a little bit more popular now than it was when season 2 came out in maybe 2021 it was. Anyway, I watched most of it, but I never finished it, and I think that might have warped my opinion a little bit. So if you follow, so I watched the show, and then I follow, what is it called, the Crushed Pod, the one with Penn Badgley in it, and they're talking a lot about season 5 right now, and how this one was different, and the things that you kind of realize. And Penn Badgley talks a lot about how Joe is so palatable for audiences, and it's true. Like, so we were watching season 1, we watched episodes 1 and 2, and I told my boyfriend, like, oh my god, Beck and Joe are gonna fall in love, and he's like, no way, no way. And I was like, just you wait. I guess they talk on the podcast about the difference in brutality, like showing Joe committing these brutal acts. And now I'm seeing it a lot more because I notice like how they show women's deaths or lack of showing them versus the men's deaths when Joe like murders a man, which is really, really interesting, because I guess like in the book, just like skip this section if you don't want to talk about You, but like in the book it's a pretty brutal scene, and I know I don't remember it like word for word, but like I remember knowing like, yeah, this is what happened. And my friend was talking about it, and she was like, yeah, apparently it's really brutal in the books, and I was like, yeah, it is. And then I think, you know, the books, they don't, like, Joe is not a good person in the books, and you kind of know that from page 1, whereas in the show, you have to we have to root for him in some way, which is where Paco comes in, where the invention of him being good with children comes in. But honestly now I'm like, damn, I should reread those books. I used to own them. I need to stop getting rid of stuff, especially now. But I used to own the books, and then I got rid of them because I buy most of my books secondhand, and sometimes things just like come and go. I'm not quite as unhaul happy as I used to be, and there's a lot of moving parts with all of that, but I at least would definitely listen to the audiobook again wherever I could find it. But I remember specifically in book 2 as well, like, Joe is not like a very considerate guy. Like, he's very controlling, and it's just crazy. And I think that we as a society, it's so easy to just be like, oh, well, he's hot, so like it's fine. Plus we're in Joe's head. It's from the point of view of him. It's like we don't want to see him badly, I guess, poorly. I don't know. But I am off work for the day, and I'm just trying to kind of figure out what I'm going to do now. Maybe I'll color. Chad and I talked about getting up to episode 8 of season 2 of You, so that we can watch the season finale together this weekend. But I'm trying to think what else I want to do today. I know I want to post a reel. I need to finish, or I need to weave in the ends of the star blanket that I made so that I can, like, you know the no, when somebody like makes a blanket and they roll it up and then it, I like making those videos a lot. Those are fun. Hello, it is Tuesday and I started a new whip, which I did not need to do, but I did it. I sure did it. I am making one of those like 2-paneled shirts using the V-stitch. I'm really liking how this is turning out. This is using Caron Simply Soft Speckle in the colorway Seashell. I'm really trying to play around with, I bought like multiple colors of the Caron Simply Soft Speckle. I bought like 3 of each color, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of trying to play around with shirts that are less than 3 skeins for like my body type. So my shirt size ranges from like large to extra large. So obviously if you're a little bit smaller than me or a little bit bigger than me, that's like, that varies and stuff. But these have 235 yards each. So that's only 600 yards to work with for a t-shirt. So I don't know, I'm kind of, it's like a personal little thing that I'm doing, just kind of trying it out. I am gonna go grocery shopping later. I hate grocery shopping so much, but I have an idea of the food that I'm going to make, so that'll be good. It's just really, traffic's gonna be pretty bad for a little while now, so I'm just going to be at home. I finally changed over my logo and deactivated all of my Etsy listings. So, and I put my website down in the description below, so I am planning on trying to write more patterns. I currently have just one right now. It's my Easy Breezy beach bag pattern, which is just a really fun like cotton bag for the summer, and apparently crochet tote bags are super in right now. Feels like every year they kind of just come back with a vengeance. So, or you could go, so check out down below if you want to get the PDF pattern, or you can look on my channel. I should create a playlist of my tutorials, but I do have a free tutorial of that as well if you're interested in that. So I made a vest sort of thing with less than 3 skeins of the Caron Simply Soft Speckle. That's the pink vest that I posted probably about a week or 2 ago at this point. So yeah, now I'm doing this one, and we'll see. I'm sure that this probably would be better suited with like some cotton, but you know, then it can be more of a transitional piece. It is so hot out right now. It is 81 degrees, which is wild to me. I cannot believe that it is so hot outside. I also finished a book today. I finished White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson. And I gave it 3 stars, but it was really, really good. It's a young adult horror book, but it's haunted house, which I know I just mentioned that like I don't like the regular haunted house sort of thing. But this book has been on my like to be read list on Libby for years at this point. I think because a booktuber said that they really liked it. And this book is so interesting because it explores themes of like gentrification. That's like the big thing that it explores. But it does that through our main character, Marigold, and her family, who are living in a very old rundown house that is like owned by these investors, and they're trying to clean up the riffraff in this town, which is essentially shareholder speak for trying to get the black people out so that they can put in a bunch of luxury apartments and have white people move in. And it's really interesting, and there's like a lot of family dynamics within it. I really enjoyed the book. I highly recommend the read, and honestly, in terms of like a horror book, it did scare me. Like I was like, what is going on? And I haven't felt that way too much with the horror books that I've read so far on my like horror journey, we'll say. I'm also finally reading more chapters of Word Slut by Amanda Montell. I kind of just took a break from it because I had my loans from the library come in, which was like Poverty by Matthew Desmond and Erasing History by Jason Stanley. Two very, very, very good books. But now I'm back to, my physical book, and then I still have the audiobook for A People's History of the United States. It was so crazy. In Erasing History, Jason Stanley mentions this book and how it was one of the first history books to really come out that showed a perspective of history not by white rich people, and how like revolutionary it is and like was when it was published. I believe this book was published in the 90s. I believe this book was written in 1980. But the thing about it, too, is, like, everything, obviously it doesn't have, like, to present is, like, outdated at this point, because that's, 40, almost 50 years ago? Wow. That's crazy. But I do still think that this is relevant. I mean, it doesn't make, everything from 1492 to 1980, it doesn't negate everything within that, So I'm having a really good time reading it. It is just getting kind of long. It is a long book. It's like 700 pages. The audiobook is like 34 hours. So I'm just kind of like taking that as, I listen to it a little bit whenever I'm driving, and I'm not driving a ton this week. And then I did recheck out the audiobook of The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, because I've just kind of been reading that a little on and off throughout the past, couple weeks, because that is also a very hefty book. I have the physical book over here, and I've just been kind of tandem reading it on my Kindle and in paperback, making some actual headway on that. Like, I'm still not even to page 100. I'm also reading Taming 7, and I'm really liking it. It's just, the book is so big. Like, it's bigger than a regular paperback, so it just feels like the pages take me so much longer to read, but it's fine. I'm enjoying it so far. I just know that it kind of takes, like, a weird turn, which is why, a lot of people didn't receive the book well. We'll see how I feel about it. But I am so hungry and I don't want to go grocery shopping, and I'm melting in my apartment because I had the wall AC on, but if I were to have it on while filming, all you would hear is the whir of the AC. I guarantee it. It is just so loud. It's so loud. It's ridiculous. So yeah, really not too much going on today. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to wear tomorrow to the recruitment event thing. I'm leaning towards the black skirt that I got, and then some sort of like crocheted top. Hello, it's Wednesday, and I am so tired. I didn't get to bed until like midnight last night. I didn't mean to, I have been doom scrolling, had a bit of a jump scare on TikTok. I have that recruitment event that I've been talking about tonight. I'm really excited to see my students again. It'll only be a few of them, but it'll be really fun nonetheless, I think. And hopefully we will drum up lots of excitement for the new season. So I'm just gonna do some easy makeup since tomorrow will definitely be like a lot of makeup for the concert. So I've been reading A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf, and originally that was an essay, that's been stretched out into like 69 pages, so like a novella, I guess we can call it. It is so clunky. I think this is, ow, my first time reading Virginia Woolf. I'm relatively positive I've never read anything else by her. But it's like there are parts that are so good. So it's like, okay, let's follow this train of thought. And then all of a sudden it feels like we get derailed. And I think that's because it's an essay that was stretched. Also, thinking super critically about it, a lot of it is talking about, like, why aren't there more women writers? That's kind of like the thesis. It was originally supposed to be a commencement speech about women in fiction. So, like, why aren't there women writers? And it's so hard. I will have to, like, look more into this, but on its surface, it's, like, doesn't look too great. She essentially says, like, you have to have money, which, yeah, and, like, time and a room of your own to be able to write. But she also makes these kind of, like, backhanded comments about, like, oh, well, genius doesn't happen in, like, the lower classes. Like, it's not born into the lower classes. It would only be born into the higher classes where it could, like, thrive, essentially. And I think I need to, like I said, look into that more. I think that's what she's saying. That's what it says in the foreword, too. So, a bit classist, because, you know, she's talking, it talks about, like, women in writing, and she's looking at a bookshelf, and why are all of these written by men, they're not written by women, all this stuff. And I'm like, cool, like, this is interesting, but, like, why we gotta shit on poor people? Why do we bring the poor people into this? What'd they do to you? Making headway on Word Slut as well. And it's funny because you know how, like, you hear things and you're like, there's no way that's true. So you know that one study that everyone talks about is like, oh, if you curse more, you're actually, like, smarter. Yeah, apparently that is true. That was a study that came out in 2017. But the thing is that we see so many memes on Facebook that, of course, I don't believe it. Like, I'm not gonna believe what I see on Facebook. But essentially it was like, yeah, it is true, because essentially people who curse a lot are more fluid with their language, and they're more likely to be the ones to come up with new curse words, which is interesting. It took me forever to figure out what I was gonna wear today. The summer months are just so difficult for me because I'm not someone who has, like, a winter and a summer wardrobe. Like, I'm, like, winter all the time if I can help it. I like the fall and winter. I like the cold months. I can dress for them easily. But hot months, like, I don't own very many pairs of shorts. It's not that I don't like wearing shorts. I don't wear shorts super often, so it just, like... But I bought this black skirt off of Amazon because I couldn't find any black skirt anywhere else that was, like, the style and the length and the size, whatever, that I wanted. I bought this one. I really, really like it. I wanted to wear it because, you know, long black skirt, nothing really offensive about that. But I was having a hard time figuring out, like, oh, what am I gonna do for the top? Because I, you know, don't really want to wear a band t-shirt. And I don't mean like high school band. I mean like an actual, like, pop band or whatever. Well, I guess I could wear one of my crochet tops, and I have like 3 that are like short sleeve tops that I've made for kind of more summertime, and they work great. That's why I'm wearing this black tank top as like an undershirt for them, because obviously crochet is not as close together as like knit is. It'll also be nice to kind of have a night off of crocheting. My hands have been hurting. I think I'm getting better at mixing these together. Either that or I've just seen myself do this enough times at this point. So I use eyeshadow for my eyebrows because I'm trying to like save this for special occasions and stuff. And I mean, so I use these two, and it works pretty well. Plus, like, I'm never gonna run out of these two. At least it seems like I never will. I'm gonna wear one of my purple tops, and I think just like my black Converse or something. Nothing too crazy. This, oh my gosh, this beat up Maybelline New York eyeshadow single. I'm super excited. Chad and I are going to Art to Whirl with a few friends this weekend, so that's gonna be super, super fun. It's so crazy. I swear to God, every weekend we're like, yeah, we'll just like stay home. But like, it's warm out, it's a social season, we need to be going places and doing things. Cause I mean, living in a place that has such, I mean, it's so crazy because it doesn't feel like they're such cold winters anymore. But like, living in places with, you know, cold weather and winters and stuff, feels like we need to take advantage of the nice weather, especially when like I haven't been going outside too much this week just because it is really hot out and I don't like going outside when it's super hot. But yeah, I'm so excited to see my students today. Me and my assistant coach are finalizing summer practice hours today. It's gonna be good. Very exciting. Hopefully we get lots of newbies who want to be on the team. Alright, it is Thursday. The concert is tonight. So this is the bodysuit that I'm wearing, and then I'm just wearing my black skirt that I kind of wear with everything because it's got built-in shorts. I was thinking about wearing a pleated skirt that I have, but I know I'm gonna be like jumping up and down, and I just don't really want everyone to see up my skirt, you know? So hot and humid in this apartment. It's 78 degrees. We're technically on a tornado watch, which I'm not sure what's really going on with that. We just had like a 10-minute downpour and now it's like done. And like the sirens went off for 10 minutes. Now they're not on anymore. So, but it is 3 p.m. Doors open at 5. But this concert has 2 openers. I know one of them is Microwave. I don't remember what the other one is. But I don't know. I mean, I've heard Microwave. I'm excited to hear them. I don't know about the other ones. But like, if doors open at 5, concert starts at 6. Oh, concert starts at 6. But with 2 headliners, like, it's not going to, you know, they're probably not going to come on until like 8. I guess I do anticipate it being like a pretty, like, having a lot of people there. And I also know that, I don't know, they're pop punk, but they also have some songs that like could, I guess, be classified as like light screamo or like light metal. There's just, it's, yeah. I also told my family I was seeing Mayday Parade and none of them knew who Mayday Parade was. I mean, I guess, but it's their Cheers to 20 Years tour. My mom in particular claims to be this like, you know, I know music, blah, blah, blah. Mom, what do you mean you don't know Mayday Parade? Made me feel stupid at Como Zoo. Hopefully makeup doesn't take me too long. And then I got this new nail polish color. It's OPI. I'm not really a waitress. Dark red would be kind of nice, and I don't have a dark red like that in my nail polish collection. I've been using nail polishes as a sort of reward for myself for like achieving my goals so far this year, and it's been working out really, really well. Like, I either get a nail polish for reading 5 books, 5 physical books off my TBR, or working out at least, was it like 12 times in a month? So that would be like at minimum 3 times a week. And that's been working out really, really well for me, and I've been able to like get nail polishes and widen my collection, because like I really don't have a lot of nail polish, but I also, you know, don't want to just go and like buy a bunch of stuff and then have it sit there, which is why I'm like, oh, you know, it'd be a good reward system type of thing. Anyone else like to go to concerts? I never used to think I would like going to concerts, and This is going to be my third one in less than a year. Since this is my third one in Minneapolis, and I've lived here around 8 months now, I think it is. So I've really been enjoying going to concerts, and like everybody comes here, which is nice. There's a ton of venues. I'm very happy that I get to have these experiences, and that it's also not breaking my bank. Like it's been really good. I've been wanting to expand my music listening, so like I've been listening to Mayday Parade since I was like in high school. So it's not like seeing them is like, oh, this is a new band that I just discovered. Like, no, I've been listening to Mayday Parade for so long. So, but I want to, you know, there's a ton of like Midwest bands and stuff that are doing concerts around here, and I would love to start listening to more like smaller bands and stuff. Well, okay, so I know for Knox, I was saying like, yeah, with Swaco people were moshing, so I don't know if I want to be up close, but at Knox everyone was like so chill and so nice. It was a wonderful crowd, like 10 out of 10. And he also doesn't make songs you would like mosh to anyway, so I was able to get like really up close, and I was really comfortable. I didn't have to like worry about people trying to be jerks to me, you know. But now I'm like, do I want to get up close or do I want to stay back? And I am kind of hoping that this crowd is similar to the Blink-182 crowd from Lollapalooza, because that crowd was amazing. Granted, Lollapalooza venues, they're much, much bigger, but everyone, so it was like a lot of elder millennials, and I mean, I myself am like on the cusp between millennial and Gen Z, but everyone just had their own space. Like you could just like put your arms out and turn around, and everyone was really respectful, and nobody was just like in anyone else's space. So I'm really hoping that it's something like that, but also I've been listening to the set list, and some of the songs go pretty hard, so I'm not quite sure what's gonna be going on. It's also a venue that I haven't been to before, so it'll be interesting to see like what this venue is like, if it's raised at all, because I like when venues kind of do this, where like here's the stage and then here's, you know, the end or whatever, the exit, I guess we could say, like the back of the crowd, because then you can be anywhere and be able to experience the music. I really hate when it's just like, oh, just up at the front, that's who can see. Especially because like I'm 5'5", I'm not very tall, so that makes things a little bit more difficult for me. I mean, that is my own problem to deal with, but so I think I'm going to do black lipstick. So I want to do like dark makeup, which is why my bronzer is probably a little bit more stark than it normally is. I don't know if you can tell on camera. I feel like on camera I look pale. I mean, that's such a dumb statement. I'm always pale, but I feel like it looks like lighter than I would like it to be. I don't know, I can't, whatever. I think I'm gonna do my Essence Baked blush. This is in the colorway Bold Heart, and I really, really like this blush. It is a baked blush, as you can see, and it is just like a very nice like red shade, and it just like blends like a dream. In the haul that will be out before this vlog, I got some black fans, and I'm so excited. I'm bringing one tonight. I hope they don't confiscate it, because like I've just realized I get so hot in these general admin like shows. Like I was sweating at Knox. Granted, my own fault for like making a sweater and then wearing it to the concert. Looked great though, but that's why like tonight I'm like, okay, this is a bodysuit. It is from Shein, but I've had it for a couple years. I've ordered from Shein twice in my life. it is what it is. Like I said, I've had it for a while though, so clearly I try to take care of my things that I buy, even if they are fast fashion. It's gonna be hot, hot, hot in there, I'm sure. Doing this, I think, is what's going to be good for me. I love that also, so this bodysuit, you can't see it, but it like looks like it should have boning in it where the seams are, but it's not boning. So it's really nice. It's not like an actual corset. It just kind of gives the illusion of one, which is really, really nice. So that I can like freely move around and stuff. And yes, this is a lingerie bodysuit, but I have worn it out multiple times. Like, no, it's not really like the trend anymore, but it's a concert. I don't know. It'll be fine. So I'm reading Virginia Woolf's A Room of One's Own right now. It was originally an essay, so just, you know, short essay that she gave a speech at a college about like women and fiction, and I guess some people liked it or something, and so she expanded it to be this novella. And tell me why this woman truly thought that if you were born poor, you could not live with like greatness inside of you. And if you did, if by some miracle your poor ass was, you know, born with the writing gene inside you, you were destined to kill yourself because you just couldn't handle that much greatness inside you without the money and time to be able to write. What the fuck? Talk about having a hot take. Damn. I mean, I get it. I understand like the cultural significance. Like, there's a lot of really good things in the book talking about, you know, her going up to a bookshelf and why are all of these books written by men and where are books about women written by women and all this stuff. But then she goes on to be like, yeah, but if you are angry, you can't write about how you're angry. You need to write happy things and be happy and all this stuff. And it's like, girl, you are doing too much. Calm down. Just let people be. Let people like write about what they want to write about. Jesus. And she's like, I can tell based on the writing that this person is angry and like they write from rage. They're trying to be like a man. And I'm like, bro, calm down. Calm down. Not that deep. And are you really the one to like be the expert on that? When I was in high school, I actually wanted to be a beauty YouTuber so bad. I don't know, I've been told before that people like my eye looks. Nothing special, I guess. But yeah, I wanted to be a beauty YouTuber so bad, but there was no way and like we can chalk this up to maybe like, oh, like laziness or this or that, but like I just wasn't going to film on my phone and edit on my phone because I didn't have a laptop until college, and then college was already difficult enough for me without adding on, you know, trying to have a YouTube channel. But I knew that I wanted to have a YouTube channel since I was young, we'll say. I always thought it would be fun to like build a community of people who like to talk about the same stuff that I like to talk about. I still think it's really fun to talk about, you know, all these different things. This is looking crazy right now, but it's fine. I'm fine. Well, especially for a long time in college and even after college and stuff, I didn't have anybody to talk to really about my reading stuff or my I don't know, I just didn't have friends who had the same interests as me. Like, it's so different when you have a friend who's like, yeah, I also knit and crochet. Let's talk about knitting and crocheting together. You know, rather than, you know, someone who doesn't do those things just nodding and being like, yeah, and it, like, neither is good nor bad. It's just, you know, I talk about this with my friend who is expecting her first child soon. I'm like, we can talk, like you and I can talk about being pregnant until we're blue in the face, but I still will never understand right at this point in my life what it means to be pregnant. I may never understand what it like feels like to be pregnant, because like I don't know if that's the life I want to live. But you know, you're gonna want to seek community with other parents or other expecting parents, and that's normal. That's why I don't understand the concept of like making one person like your entire life. Like when people make a significant other their entire life, like there's a reason why that's not good for you, right? Because you need, like, we as humans contain multitudes. We need to have multiple different people in our lives to help us with different things. Like, your partner can still be your number one, but like, I don't really talk to Chad about the crocheting stuff I do. I mean, he follows me on Instagram and likes all my stuff and tells me what a good job I do. But if I'm like, yeah, I used this new stitch and tried this new technique, he'll be like, good job. And that, you know, he doesn't know. He listens. I'm not trying to say he doesn't listen. But, you know, we want to find community in things that we like. Or, you know, whatever stage of life that we're in. Yeah, all these are so powdery. I don't use this very often, as I'm sure you can tell, but like you can see kind of the dips in these two. Pretty much the only ones that I use. I just prefer other eyeshadow formulas. Like I mean, if you've been on my channel for any length of time, or I should say if you've been on my channel for a long time, you'll notice I used to do these like all the time just as like get ready with me's. And I love ColourPop eyeshadows. Those are absolutely my favorite. If you're looking for like a pretty good eyeliner pen, this is the e.l.f. H2O eyeliner pen. I use this just to do my wings, because I find that when I use eyeliner pens for my entire eye, it doesn't work very well for me. So then I use the e.l.f. Precision Liquid Eyeliner. And the one I bought, the brush is definitely like a little messed up. I don't know if you can see that, but like it's got like this one little hair that sometimes drags. That's definitely just like getting a bad one. Yeah, I used to just like take an eyeliner like this, just a regular like brush eyeliner, and do my wings as well. I've just noticed for me it's easier to buy the pen and have the other one, but you definitely don't need to have both. It's definitely a little overkill, but it's what I like to do. Can I be so real with you? I wish that I liked lip liner more. Like, I wish I understood the trend of it. I wish that I liked it. Maybe I just need to buy different eyeliners. This one is the Line Loud by NYX, and it's like okay. This is the black one, and it's the only black lip liner that I was able to find because I wanted to start wearing black lipstick. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like this lip liner very much, but I do have a few of the NYX ones, the twisty ones. I need to go through all my bags. I cannot seem to find anything right now. But I have a few of these. These are the NYX Professional Makeup Retractable Lip Liners, and I like these a lot more just because you don't have to sharpen them. They just stay this thin the entire time. But I don't use lip liners very often. I've been trying since I have some. I've been trying since, you know, that's the trend. And then this is the MAC Caviar Black Lipstick. It is a liquid lipstick, so definitely also not in like style right now, I guess. But I do think if you want to start wearing black lipstick, I think liquid lipstick is the way to go, or like with any bold color, just because like I know that I smear all over the place, so like it works out better for me. Also, hack, you know, I know that it's like really bold and some people might be like kind of worried, like, oh no, you know, that's a really like crazy color. It makes your teeth look so white. So, alrighty, it is 3:31 right now. Makeup is done. I think now I will take off my nail polish and paint my nails. But I think I'm gonna go watch some YouTube while I do that. So it is currently Monday, May 19th. Gosh, it feels like May has been a million years long at this point. The May Day Parade concert, amazing. I had such a wonderful time. I did decide not to go up towards the front, which did end up being a very good move for me personally. I was still able to see the performers and obviously hear them just fine, and I heard all the songs that I wanted to hear, and everyone was really chill. I even made a friend who was super, super nice. And then this weekend, my boyfriend came over and we were able to spend like all of Friday together. We had no plans on Friday. I just had to work and he was here because he took the day off of work. And so we finished season 2 of You and started a bit of season 3. Saturday we went to Art A Whirl in Minneapolis. It is the largest studio tour in the country. So in Northeast Minneapolis, there's a lot of warehouses that have been converted into art studio spaces. So, you know, if you live with a bunch of roommates and don't have room for all your art supplies, you can rent out this, you know, space to do all your art stuff at, which is really cool. I saw a ton of amazing art. Next year, my boyfriend and I were talking about how we definitely need to set aside more time. We were only there for like 4 hours, and I feel like we didn't even see a third of everything that was going on there. And then Saturday night, we went to the steak fry that was supporting our local FFA chapter. It's held by the VFW in my hometown, or that's like where they always have them, and best steaks. Like to this day, like still some of the best steaks that I've had in my life. So that was really, really fun. And then Sunday I had my sister's dance recital. Today I did decide to stay home instead of going to my brother's band concert because they have an option to live stream it at home, and it was kind of storming today. And I've been driving down there so much, and with construction, it's just, you know, it's a 40-minute drive, which, you know, is a lot. And if with sitting in traffic and raining and construction, people just kind of forget their wits about them. So it was better for me to stay home and watch the live stream, because I'm going down tomorrow for my sister's band concert that they're not live streaming. So they did a tribute to a student who was in my graduating class who passed away from cancer in 2020. And they played this song called Rocky Point Holiday, which was his last piece that was performed with high school wind ensemble. That was played with their top band, the wind ensemble. But I graduated with him, so it was also my last piece as well. And so they did a really good job, and it was such a beautiful tribute. And I've just kind of been sitting here with that, and I'm just like, wow. Our legacies live on. Just, it was a really beautiful concert. Really beautiful thing that they did. This person who had passed was genuinely one of the nicest people ever. And so, yeah, that was very emotional for me because, you know, we were in the same graduating class. But yeah, so I'm going to end this vlog here. I did finish Word Slut by Amanda Montell last night. It was really, really good. I highly recommend reading it. Very interesting take with feminism and language, but I do, once you make the connection, it's definitely something that like sticks in your brain. It's really easy to kind of like pick out in things, we'll say. So I just started reading Waste by Catherine something Flowers. Catherine Coleman Flowers. My hold came in for The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. I do own a copy of this book. I got it from Goodwill a few weeks ago. It's actually a lot of copies. There's a lot of copies at most of the thrift stores that I've been to. So, going to read that. I just feel like so emotionally drained right now. Wow. I did take a nap after work. Today has just been kind of a rough day for me in general. Oh, some cereal sounds nice. I took a nap from like 4:30 to like almost 6:30 p.m. So I'll probably be up late. I've been reading Taming 7 by Chloe Walsh, and I totally understand where some of the criticism comes from, but at the same time, the relationship that this book is like exploring was already a pretty established relationship. It was established in the way of like you knew that these two characters were either together or going to get together. And so I think in the context of not wanting to create like drama that wouldn't exist within their relationship, Chloe Walsh kind of made this third thing going on that still affects like everyone in their little group. And I'm really liking it. I do think it's a bit repetitive. I do kind of wish that things were a little bit more varied, but I'm still very much enjoying it. I'm on page 237, and so that's about halfway through. So yeah, it's going really, really well. I think I am going to I'm going to finish it this week probably. I haven't really wanted to put it down. But yeah, I've also done so many word searches. I'm on, I think like 10 or 12. Oh, okay, yeah, so puzzle 16. I just am kind of going in order. Like I started at 1 and I'm just gonna keep going, I guess. It's been really nice because I can just sit down and do one really easily. Like these are huge. Like this is a big book, it's thick, and yeah, I really, really like this. And now I'm like, maybe I need some more challenging ones, but let's just, let's work on the one I have now. And if I really, like there's over 200 puzzles in there. Like, it's fine. Memorial Day is this week, or next week. So, like, this coming weekend. I get to see my students on Friday. Hi, baby. It's a good week. I'm having a very good time. Oh, my love. Bru's been so clingy recently. I don't know why, but I love you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video today. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. We have a lot of fun on this channel, talking about crocheting and reading and just a little bit of lifestyle stuff. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.